Man, how's it going, guys? Nordic Warrior here, back with a post-fight review. So, man, I just got done watching Michael Conlan versus Leigh Wood. So, anybody who spoke to me going into this fight knows that I was thoroughly looking forward to the fight. I didn't do a prediction video, but I was really looking forward to the fight. And I was picking Michael Conlan to win the fight by a close decision. I was quite confident that that was how the fight was going to go. But, man, this was one of the best fights I've seen in years. This fight was incredible. Guys, if you haven't watched this fight yet, if the fight's available for you to watch it. This was, man, that was incredible. I haven't seen a fight like that in a British ring for many, many years, man. That was fantastic. So, Leigh Wood knocks out Michael Conlan in the 12th round, comes from behind to knock out Michael Conlan, climbs up off the canvas to not only knock him out, but knock him through the ropes. Man, that was incredible. Leigh Wood really, really did Nottingham proud, man. I mean, I've got kind of a soft spot for Nottingham because, as some of you guys know, I grew up in Nottingham, so it's kind of a second home for me. You know, I'm originally from Glasgow, but when I was very young, I moved to Nottingham and I grew up there. And yeah, I got a soft spot for the place. And there's not really been a big fight in Nottingham in many years, like I think in about a decade. So I'm really, really happy for Leigh Wood because the fight was going how I expected it to go early on. I felt that Conlan was outboxing Wood. I felt he was just the more versatile of the two. He was catching Wood with a counter left hand, and Wood was kind of just holding the tight guard, you know, coming forward and putting on the pressure. But I felt that Conlan, to me, was picking the better shots. Conlan was just landing the more clean, more eye-catching punches, and he knocked Leigh Wood down at the end of the first round, and Leigh Wood was badly hurt. When he got up, I was thinking he wasn't going to survive the next round. And he comes out in the next round and he wasn't fully recovered, and he got hit with a lot of good shots. And for the next 2 rounds or so, Conlan was just completely schooling him, and he was really getting the better of Leigh Wood in there. But Leigh Wood, man, I think in the 4th round he landed a combination, and you could tell that Conlan was starting to feel the pace because he kind of put a lot into the 2nd and 3rd round trying to get the stoppage. He was landing big winging hooks, like he would duck low, throw the big winging left hook, throw the big winging right hook, land it, expect to have an effect. But it was almost as if Leigh Wood was more prepared for a hard 12 rounds than Conlan was, because Conlan was looking gassed to me, and he was trying to pick some nice body shots. Like he would throw a left hook to the body, then a right hook to the body, then he would clinch. There was a lot of clinching from Conlan in the mid rounds, and he was just trying to kind of out hustle Leigh Wood. But you could see as the fight went on, Leigh Wood was getting stronger and stronger, and the size was starting to tell. And I was quite concerned that because the rounds were so close here and there in the middle, in the mid part of the fight, and because Leigh Wood was finishing the round strong, like he kind of must have had it in his mind that because it's in his home city, he might be winning the rounds, because even though he might have lost the round, he was doing that old Sugar Ray Leonard thing of throwing some flurries at the end of each round, and I felt we could see maybe a controversial decision here. You know, we could maybe see a draw. You know, I was thinking that the fight would go 12 rounds at that point, and yeah, Leigh Wood might be able to nick it, but that wasn't the case. Leigh Wood, Michael Conlan, should I say, was really determined himself to stamp his authority on the fight. And I think going into the 9th and 10th round, Michael Conlan really put a lot into those rounds. He was really, really loading up on punches, and it was silly in my opinion, because his trainer Adam Booth was telling him, you know, just take your time, don't waste your energy in there, and when you're on the ropes, just get close. And he was saying things like that, you know, don't stay too long on the ropes and smother his work and stuff like that, because you don't want to allow him to kind of nick the rounds, if you know what I mean. I think that's the gist of what Adam Booth was telling Conlan. I think he knew he wasn't going to get Leigh Wood out of there, but Conlan seemed determined to get Leigh Wood out of there. And I think what kind of spurred Conlan on a bit was the crowd, because even though the fight was in Nottingham, man, the Irish really showed up to support him. They actually pretty much took over Nottingham. Nottingham got invaded, man. I mean, while Leigh Wood was doing his ring walk, some Irish guy threw an Irish flag at him. That was pretty funny. And the Nottingham crowd, who are usually quite rowdy, at least in my experience, they were silenced by the Irish. There was a lot of support for Michael Conlan in that arena, and I think that as the fight went on, Conlan to me was shocked that he hadn't gotten the stoppage, because he landed so many big left hands, so many counter right hooks, that you would have expected Leigh Wood to have faltered, but Leigh Wood must have been in tremendous shape. Ben Davison in the corner, actually, surprisingly, he actually gave Leigh Wood some good advice. I liked what he was saying in the corner. You know, he was very, very calm, very composed. He wasn't panicking. And, yeah, Leigh Wood didn't rush his work. He took his time. He understood it was a 12-rounder. And in the 11th round, and it was a round that Leigh Wood was losing, he took a beating for the first 2.5 minutes. He landed a jab when Michael Conlan was kind of off balance, but you got the sense that Conlan was a bit tired and had wasted a lot of energy in the round. And Leigh Wood landed a stiff jab which knocked Conlan down. And the commentators seemed to be under the impression that it was a flash knockdown. I didn't think so. I thought Conlan looked badly hurt from that knockdown, because it was a very, very solid jab. And the way he went down, he was hurt. He really was. And back in the corner, Adam Booth was screaming at the referee, saying it wasn't a knockdown. I thought it was a knockdown. In fact, it clearly was from the replay. The replay, because it clearly landed on the chin and knocked him down. So it wasn't just a balance issue. There was a punch that caused the knockdown. And I was just looking at Michael Conlan on the stool, thinking Leigh Wood's gonna have a big round here. Like, I didn't think he was gonna knock him out, but I thought Leigh Wood was gonna win the last round, and win the last round big, and probably win the fight on points, being at home. But Leigh Wood had other ideas, man. He backed Michael Conlan up to the ropes, landed a solid right hand, and Michael Conlan went right through the ropes. Fight was over. Fantastic 12th round knockout victory for Leigh Wood, man. That was a great fight. I loved that fight, man. I really did. Big up Nottingham. Big up the Irish for being in full support. You know, it was a good crowd, man. It was rowdy. It was partisan, and the fight was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. God bless both of these guys. I hope Michael Conlan's okay, because probably hit his head when he fell out that ring. But great performance by Leigh Wood, coming from behind to knock out Michael Conlan, proving me wrong. I thought Conlan was going to win on points, and that nearly happened. But Leigh Wood came back and got the knockout. Fantastic. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that was some fight, man. Big up both guys. Thanks for watching. God bless.